Fight time, we definitely gonna try to take each other heads off, and the closer the fight goes, we both gonna be eager to, show who's the more dominant fighter.
Seems you gotta pick a side. I'm going with Crawford. I'm here to support Crawford.
But boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, not taking nothing away from you.
Terence Crawford left Piers Morgan speechless with just 5 words live on air. We're going to take each other's heads off. But he didn't stop there. With fearless conviction, Crawford declared, a win over Canelo Alvarez puts me on Mount Rushmore. It wasn't just bravado. It was a crystal clear declaration of purpose. This wasn't hype. It was a fighter broadcasting his mission loud and direct, signaling that a war is coming.
Can deteriorate, in camp. But, a win against Canelo Alvarez, what it would do to my career would put me, on Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
I think I would be one of the greatest fighters ever.
Crawford's supreme confidence was on full display during a recent press conference. He openly taunted Canelo Alvarez, mocking his physicality and delivering a bold warning about what lies ahead. But Crawford's words weren't mere theatrics. They reflected a man mentally locked in. This wasn't just about promotion. It was about psychological warfare. He's not stepping into the ring just to win. He's coming to dominate and leave a lasting mark.
Right. Yeah. The only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head too.
Promoter Eddie Hearn spoke openly about his private conversation with Crawford and how it left a lasting impression. What struck Hearn most was Crawford's absolute belief in his own abilities and preparation despite the risks of facing someone as experienced and dangerous as Canelo. Crawford spoke with certainty, not hope. Hearn recognized that level of self-assurance, the kind only the elite possess when their minds are clear and their bodies are ready for war.
I go back and forwards, to be honest with you. Like, when I talk to Spud, kind of like he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability, and he's very convinced. And then you see the presser yesterday, and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo. Then I sort of leant towards Spud, but now I'm back with Canelo. So we'll see.
Respected trainer Bill Haney has thrown his full support behind Crawford. Going beyond just predicting a winner, he aligned himself with Crawford's mindset and mission, backing him publicly for a seasoned figure like Haney, who's seen champions rise and fall. To so confidently stand in Crawford's corner speaks volumes about the respect and belief Terence commands from boxing's inner circle.
Well, for everybody that was straddling the fence, straddling got your pants split. At the seams, you gotta pick a side. I'm going with Crawford. I'm here to support Crawford. He done signed up to do what everybody thought that he wasn't trying to be, a generational talent. Another fighter on the Mount Rushmore of boxing. Yeah, so don't split your pants. Pick one.
Trainer Derek James issued a blunt warning to Canelo's camp, emphasizing that Crawford is unlike anyone they've faced before. James explained that most of Canelo's past opponents couldn't adjust mid-fight, something Crawford excels. At his timing, movement, and unpredictability make him a nightmare in the ring. James made it clear, underestimate Crawford's adaptability and you're walking into a trap.
The thing about Crawford is he believes he's on it. Like, he believes he's the one. So that's the difference between him and any other fighters that Canelo fight. Because Canelo, people fight the idea of Canelo Alvarez opposed to fighting individually. The thought of him is what puts fear in their heart. But he doesn't care about that because he said he's Terence Crawford, so it's a totally different thing. So if he can implement his strategy and ride it out to the end of the fight, he's gonna be successful. But if Canelo can do what he needs to do, and his timing has to be on point, because he's not that fast as Crawford is. It's all about time.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, the architect behind Crawford's training camp, says his fighter is in the best shape of his life. From strength and cardio to film study and ring strategy, every element of Crawford's preparation has been spot on. Bomac believes Crawford isn't just physically primed, He's mentally sharper than ever. With his elite ring IQ and discipline, Crawford is ready to execute a flawless plan on fight night.
Styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skill?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from him, but Bud just a little bit better.
Bomac also took aim at a popular criticism that Crawford hasn't fought enough elite opponents. He argues that Crawford dominates so convincingly, he makes top-level fighters look ordinary. That's not a reflection of weak competition, but of Crawford's ring genius, neutralizing high-level threats and making it look easy. That, Bomac says, is the real hallmark of greatness.
Missing me not to talk about the pound for pound #1 in the world, Terence Crawford. Always making headlines these days. He's cemented his legacy. I think certified Hall of Famer whenever he wraps it up. Stepped up in weight, won another world title last time out. Now we're talking about this fight with Canelo Alvarez. It was interesting to see the comments from Canelo and how he sort of assessed Bud Crawford's career. I almost feel after the Spence fight that was like an exclamation point on everything he's done, maybe from the critics who never gave him credit, but it almost seems like Canelo was downplaying his achievements. What do you make of that? Is that to build the fight? Because it sells itself.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think Crawford rebuttal was everybody always say he hasn't fought nobody, or everybody that he fought was a no name. But I'm gonna tell you like this, what Crawford said. Well, they was something until Crawford fought him. So obviously he's doing a great job because he's making everybody look normal.
Not everyone, like when they go against Canelo, I don't think there's anyone else in boxing who you would ask and say this is a possible task for, but for Crawford, because of his pound for pound abilities, and apparently no rehydration clause. Am I hearing that right? He wants full smoke at that weight.
Let's go, man. That's what Crawford wants. He wants to show the world that he's the best. So, and why put stipulations in there when you know that you can be the best? So let's go test ourselves.
The build-up to this mega fight has been electric, fueled by verbal jabs and tense face-offs. Every shove, stare down, and mic drop moment has added fuel to the fire. It's no longer just a championship bout. It's a cultural moment, a spectacle. It's about pride, legacy, and proving who truly belongs on boxing's throne, asterisk.
Man, Canelo pushes Crawford. This might be the biggest fight of the past 50 years. This is gonna be crazy, guys. Look at this. Look. Dana White in the middle, UFC involved, WWE involved. Y'all think this was real? It looked real to me. I don't know. Crawford was staring them down too.
Whispers are growing that Canelo might be overlooking the real danger Crawford brings. Many analysts believe Terence's power is vastly underrated and could even lead to Canelo's first career knockout. Crawford's danger lies not in brute strength, but in precision and timing. He sets traps, then strikes with surgical accuracy. If Canelo isn't ready for that kind of threat, the results could be historic.
Yo, Canelo is about to get knocked out for the first time in his career. Y'all really playing with Crawford, bro. Y'all don't realize how much power Crawford actually has. I don't care what weight class he's coming up from. Canelo has never fought anybody like Crawford. I'm just kidding, bro. Obviously, I'm just kidding, bro. You guys, you really thought I was with the bullshit? Like, come on, we know. Yo, Canelo different, bro. He's looking like a lion right now, like the king of the jungle type shit with the stare down, bro. Like this man, if y'all really think this man is gonna get knocked down, this guy has. Look, you could say they both the same size. You know what I'm saying? He got a longer reach, whatever. But this dude has fought bigger and better opponents than Crawford, and he has never gotten dropped a single time in his career. You think this little guy is gonna do something to Canelo? I'm gonna keep it a buck. If he manages to knock down Canelo, I'm gonna give Crawford all the props in the world, because that would be crazy. But he's not doing that.
Interestingly, behind the fiery exchanges, both fighters have shown a surprising level of mutual respect. They've acknowledged each other's legacy and professionalism, even sharing a meal together. A moment that quickly went viral. The public rivalry may be intense, but privately, there's sportsmanship. That contrast, hostility in the ring, humility outside it, gives their rivalry an added emotional depth.
Excuses why he don't want to take a fight with me. If it's all about business, then you doing good business. If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you know, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, you know, he got that in the back of his head. You know, this guy, for one, he's tough. For two, he's a boxer. He moves, he can punch, he can do it all.
Commentators like those from the Showbiz Adult highlight a critical factor in this matchup: timing over raw power. While Canelo is known for having one of boxing's most iron chins, it's Crawford's timing, his ability to land shots when they matter most, that makes him so dangerous. If Canelo walks into something he doesn't see coming, it could be the moment that finally cracks his legendary durability.
I don't like this right here. I don't like this at all. Now, I know y'all love Turkey. I like him too. He puts on good fights. And I get that he's trying to show that, hey, through the sport, it's love and unison. No matter who's the biggest, the baddest, whatever, they still support each other. And I'm cool with that. But before the fight, I need that feel of, oh man, yeah, these two going at it. These two want to beat each other's ass. They want to knock each other out. That's how a fight build-up should be. I shouldn't be seeing these two sitting across from each other eating. Now, I'm not even talking about promotion. The fight doesn't need to be promoted. Two of the biggest fighters of our era, bang. But I need the promotion of oh yeah, I want to get violent with this person. I want to knock this person's head off. I'm not saying they're not going to put on a good fight. I'm just saying I want the build-up. That's what makes the fight even better. It's the build-up. Look at all the past fights that happened. Even recently, Ryan Garcia in Tank. Shit, Ryan Garcia and freaking Haney. You know, fights like that. The build-up was so, because even in the pre-fight, it was hatred or, hey, I wanna beat you up type stuff. Now it's oh, I'm sitting across from you eating dinner, laughing. Nah, man, we can do this after the fight. That's fine. But before that fight, I'm locked in. I want to see that. Oh, I'm locked in. I'm ready to knock him out. I don't know. That's just my opinion. You know, I know a lot of y'all have your opinions, but comment what y'all think about this and follow your boy.
Veteran journalist Dan Raphael offered a deeper take on why Crawford took this fight. For Crawford, it's not about a paycheck. It's about legacy. He wants to be remembered not just as a champion, but as someone who took risks and challenged the best, regardless of weight or odds. Raphael sees this as the kind of bold leap that defines legends. It's dangerous, but the reward could rewrite boxing history.
The question I have, which I didn't ask before, because Canelo's chin is one of the greatest chins in history. But looking at the size of Crawford, if he can keep his speed, he's definitely going to keep his timing. He's definitely going to keep his accuracy. Crawford is a knockout artist. The reason why Crawford is a knockout artist is because of his hand-eye coordination, accuracy, and timing. He hits you with shit that you're not expecting. That shit that he hit Errol Spence with, he didn't expect it. That's why he dropped. Same thing with Kell Brook. He's going to hit Canelo with something weird. Canelo ain't going to be able to roll out of it, because Crawford's timing is different. Canelo's going to get hit with flush. But the thing is, Berlanga hit Canelo flush after the bell. So that lets you know what kind of chin he has. I'm just saying, can he stymie? Can he bell ring Canelo a little bit? Can he sting him a bit to make Canelo not tank for 12 rounds?
Veteran journalist Dan Raphael offered a deeper take on why Crawford took this fight. For Crawford, it's not about a paycheck. It's about legacy. He wants to be remembered not just as a champion, but as someone who took risks and challenged the best, regardless of weight or odds. Raphael sees this as the kind of bold leap that defines legends. It's dangerous, but the reward could rewrite boxing history.
I think Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he could outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go back way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions, and a lot of those of us in the media. And I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention. And he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember Stephen A., all of us looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all hype about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round one, or there might have been some much more trouble. Stephen A., that was 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes, do any damage? Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. He gave him a good fight. It was very close. Madrimov's people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Madrimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo, I don't think, really tried.
On a tactical level, this is a fascinating matchup. Canelo's pressure and body attack meet Crawford's fluid movement, timing, and rhythm. It's a battle of styles, methodical versus adaptive. Experts agree the early rounds are crucial. If Crawford can control range and disrupt Canelo's rhythm, he takes the edge. But if Canelo closes the gap and targets the body, things could turn quickly. It's a chess match with real consequences.
Well, I think Canelo, he likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable. And despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most. And maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him. Maybe he can counterpunch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez, because when you don't, it's a long night. It's not nice. Like Crawford did well against Madrimov, and he won that fight for me quite clearly. But Madrimov was countering him. If you can counter the counterpuncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that. And Canelo can counter people really well. And as great as Terence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Alvarez. This is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots as he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint this guy, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, genius and outpoint him and outland him. That's possible. It is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. We've been treated to some amazing fights. Usyk Fury, for example, this is another one of those mega fights on Riyadh season. Again, I'm disappointed for Jake Paul, but I am happy for boxing fans, because my God, this is the treat of the year. And look, I'd love to see Canelo in there with a Hamza Shiraz. I love Hamza Shiraz. He's one of my favorite fighters in the world, and I think he's the future.
For Bomac, strategy is everything. He believes Crawford's ability to read opponents and adjust mid-fight is what separates him from the rest. While he respects Canelo's power and ring experience, Bomac is confident Crawford will exploit every weakness, from footwork to punch angles. Everything has been drilled to perfection. Crawford isn't just preparing to fight, he's preparing to outthink, outmaneuver, and outclass a champion.
I feel fucking great about it, man. Just talking to Bud, and he motivated. He ready to go.
He's been waiting a long time for this fight, You guys are taking off a long time, just waiting for the Canelo fight. You haven't fought since August last year. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to make him better, sharper?
You know what? It's going to make Bud wiser. Make him wiser. Give his time, his body to heal up, rest up a little bit. Put dinks here, dinks there. Take his time, get in shape, get his mind right.
Now,
go in there and do it, make it happen.
A lot of people's talking about the weight. They're talking about that, Bud going up 2 weight classes. He didn't look in spectacular form at 154, but, he's going up in weight to face a bigger guy. What do you say about that?
Let's go, man. Let's go. It ain't about weight all the time.